our guest is here, everyone. I'm trying to think. Oh yeah, it was me. I won. Everyone, the way we do our interviews here, whoever wins our game hot matches starts the interview 1-on-1, and then second place, third place, and fourth place comes in a few minutes later on after that. So that's how we're doing it. And Chandru Dandapani is our guest.
What's up? What's up, you
How
guys?
are you doing, sir?
I'm pretty good. How are you, Jay?
Pretty good. Man, you just threw me off, Chandru. I'm looking at you. I have to ask you, did you cut your hair?
No, I didn't. It's just a ponytail.
You know me, man. I'm a firm believer that your power is in your hair, and it looked short there for a second. I about had a heart attack, man.
I don't know. Like I've had I haven't had like the best career since I have had long hair. So you never know. So we'll figure it out.
True. Man, tough loss last night. It was a great and a very fun match, especially the talk back and forth with you and Kalinowski. Just what are your thoughts on the match, reflecting on it now after it's been played?
I mean, it is what it is. Like I go into every match trying to be as prepared as possible, and I always underestimate the amount of like luck and chance that goes into like every small round match. So I know luck also has to like shine my way now. But yeah. I just didn't want to make any like obvious mistakes. But like speed round aside, I don't think I made any like obvious mistakes. I feel like so. I'm still proud of the game I played. Maybe could have been better, of course. But and also Smart on Entertainment is a network. It's entertainment first of all, more so than a sport. At least in my mind. So I'm also like really happy that I gave everyone an entertaining match at sometimes my own expense. So that's fine.
Yeah. No, it was a great match. It was a lot of fun to watch. And I think a lot of it had to do with, man, you were just having some bad luck with the categories.
Yeah.
I mean, I felt your pain sometimes. Oh no. But I did want to ask, and you brought up the entertainment aspect versus the sport aspect, and maybe you pretty much answered my question for the most part, but I still want to ask this. You put so much into the entertainment and the costumes, and I love it very much. But I'm just curious. Do you think that sometimes you put a little bit too much into that, and it takes away from your mindset for the competition aspect? Has that ever? I don't know how to exactly word what I want to ask. That's about the best I can do it.
Yeah, I don't think so. Like, of course, like I think about like what would have been different if I was focusing less on entertainment and like let my manager speak for me in the weeks coming up leading up to my match, and they just like completely go silent and not sell a match that I'm supposed to. What would happen? But like it's not in my nature to just like half-ass the remaining part of it just because I want to like increase my chances of winning, right? Like so I want to give small on my all, and that is what I ended up doing. So I don't know exactly if it hurt my preparation in any way or my in-game tactics in any way. Like especially because like now we get back to making decisions in secret. Like I don't have to stay in character while discussing with my manager, whether it be for round 1, round 2, or round 3, or like just before between any of the rounds. So all of those competitive aspects, like in-game part, is still unheard by like me trying to entertain. I'm not trying to entertain people while during the 60 seconds where I get to like confidentially now because it's in person discuss with my manager. So I don't think it hurts that much. But like in fact, like if anything, it only like enhances my performance, like because I do get to perform in front of the audience. Like that gives me like more of an energy boost than anything else. so it just keeps me on my toes, and keeps me on like the right headspace more often than not.
Yeah, and that was a great match. Thanks. Thanks for that great performance on both ends, sports and entertainment. ASG.
Yeah. So speaking of the entertainment angle, I was watching an old interview with you with Frenchie, where like last year you were started off a face, and you were talking about how you wanted to team up with Makuga as a team and have fun. So I was wondering, like, do you like being a heel in the Schmodown, and like, would you like to be a face again at some point, or do you like, what are you comfortable with on the entertainment aspect?
I mean, it is fun. Whatever the Schmodown demands of me. Like I know, like when I joined the league, when I joined the division, there were like so many great heels in the league. So I kind of wanted to do like basically the counter to whatever however the division the league was going, and it just right now it seems like most people are well loved, and that the show needs villains and like a main villain effectively. So I'll just try to fill the need try to do this to basically fulfill the needs of whatever the show needs at that point. So I'm gonna continue, of course, continue collaborating with Christian as to like what direction he wants to take. But like it'll be nice to like go in a live event and actually have people cheer for you. That'll be nice.
Yep.
But like I love the boos too, because like I think I've like quoted Andrew Guy on this so many times. Like they'll cheer for any person in the Schmodown, any person in the Schmodown. Like even if it's a person giving like their debut, half the audience are gonna cheer for them because it's just what the Schmodown is. But the boos, every single boo you have to earn. So that makes me insanely proud of that fact too. Like that I actually like earned everyone like booing me, and it's not just like me showing up and getting the cheers. You know what I mean?
Yeah, true. I didn't think of it that way. That's
Hi. So
Hi,
yeah,
Teresa.
you just talked about it. I have to say, you took all of the boost, all of the heat, in such good spirit. You loved the whole match. You pushed through in the end. You never gave up. So I think you have a lot to be proud of. And I wanted to ask about the increase of the question difficulty in the IG. What do you think about it? Do you see it in the matches?
I like the fact that my questions were increased in difficulty in round 2 and round 5. I wish all the questions all around were increased in difficulty, because I was expecting that level of difficulty all around, right? Like even in the tournaments all throughout, even the first round ones and round 2s have been like so difficult, like so ramped up in difficulty, that nobody had. I guess like only Parker had like a perfect round 1, and like even the Chance and Moose match in person, that was like a rough like 6-5 round 1. So I was hoping for that type of difficulty, especially because it's a championship match and everything too. But like you work with what you get, so I'm not complaining too much about it.
So you kind of answered my first question, right off the bat about taking all the boos and earning them. But luckily, I have a few questions. So my first immediate question is, the costume you were wearing was kind of like a ripped up Harley Quinn. Was that kind of getting into Mike's head a little bit because he's been dressing up as Batman in the years past?
Yeah, I don't know if it did, to be honest, because he ended up winning the match. Maybe if he lost the match, you could say it got into his head a little bit. But like, yeah, no, that was a lot of fun. Like I have always wanted to do that, like ever since that movie release, and had that costume in the shelf for like almost a year now. That was supposed to be my costume. Like I can say this now. In last year's free for all. Which was supposed to be in LA, and then COVID happened, and then I just didn't want to use that costume for like a digital match, and it fit perfectly with Mike and his pudding mist and everything too. And I remember Brienne wore a Harley Quinn outfit against him in like a singles match too. So word of advice: never wear the Harlequin costume. Apparently, especially against Mike. Apparently, it only fires him up even more and not gets in his head as much as you hope.
Real quick, to piggyback off that about costumes, what is your favorite costume to date that you've worn?
Let's see. That's a fun question. I guess the Jack Sparrow one, because like it was a great match altogether. Like one of the highest scoring matches till to that point. I think even then, like combined, it was like it's still the highest scoring 3-rounder of all time in IG. And also I put on a great match, like with character aspect too, and like to beat someone who's already touted as the greatest in the Geekdom player before even getting a belt, and to beat that person in a 3-round match with like no luck involved. That was it's my favorite costume because like because of how the match went too.
I feel like I'm in deja vu because I think, Jay, you asked that to Chandru last time he was on.
Yeah, did I say Harry Potter or
no, Captain Jack Sparrow, because I remember saying
okay.
Captain too, because I have a thing with Pirates of the Caribbean came out on my birthday, the first one.
Frenchie, okay, hold on 1 second here. Frenchie, Dan, and me are going to have a real quick production meeting. Hey, Dan, you couldn't have waited till after the show off air to say that? I'm just kidding, dude. No, you're right. You said it. I think I did. But I believe Frenchie has something he'd like to say.
Yeah, and it's not a fun question, but I still have to ask it. Was there any pressure on you to going into this match to win? Because sadly, the Swag is not doing good this year so far. So was that extra added, or were you able still to
I think if anything, the faction stuff like removed the pressure for me, because like we were already like, I don't think we were expected to be winning at expected to sweep and like win points at that point, because after like how the second quarter went, we kind of felt like we're just playing with house money at this point. So there wasn't that much pressure to like bring the faction to the first place, because we know it's like a tall task already. So Winston talked to me and said, don't worry about faction points or anything like that. Just focus on your match, because like we're playing with house money at this point. Just like go give them a hell of a show. That's pretty much it. So there was more pressure during the Mara match, of course, because it was a faction opener. It would have been nice to have like the 12-point lead, 12-0 going into the beginning of the season, but like this time there was very little pressure.
So speaking of pressure, you just wanted to get a little into your mentality going into that speed round, especially after I think the first question or so. Did you feel pressure that you had to buzz in first? Is that what happened? Or
no, even the first question, like I knew it right away. It was just a matter of like me getting the answer and then like knowing the answer and then buzzing in. Like I just thought like it was a fraction of a second ahead instead of waiting for the answer to come to me. Just like buzz and then like press the buzzer, and then like hopefully by that time the answer would already be there. Like just so it was a miscalculation at that point. Like I'm pretty sure I got to the Back to the Future, just not the right movie, the second one, and then it was just adding more and more pressure to myself with that same thing. But yeah, other than that, so you could like actually see me like from the fourth and fifth question, even though I knew you may answer, like basically switch strategies a little bit, which hurt me again. That Mike got 2 points, and we did practice with the buzzers a bunch, both like 2 weeks before, because I was at the cantina for the first day of taping, and 2 days back, like my manager came over and like some friends came over to help me practice with the buzzers. Some smaller friends came over to help me practice with the buzzers. But like that playing with practicing with people at at home is different than like playing with a championship caliber player. Like I don't have like a championship caliber IG player like Mike or Chance to practice with. Like Polyama is great, but like he's in Hawaii. Like there's no way we can like practice the speed round digitally. So it did kind of like. I wish I could have had like more practice with like more people, but like I all love to like the people actually I got to practice with. They were great too. It just messes with your mind a little bit. It'll be nice to have like practice with actual championship caliber players too.
Did you actually have a strategy in the buzzer depending on what your lead or deficit was?
It was going to be the same regardless. Like in my mind, my thought process was like, I would just like give Mike a 3-point advantage in the buzzer round because like that's most likely what's going to happen, and then anything less is just the icing on the cake. And I was definitely expecting to go into the buzzer round with a lead, which might get like eaten away a little bit in the buzzer round, but like I wasn't kind of expecting to go into it with being down like 3 points. So that's why like I went even more. I started out playing even more aggressive than I would have wanted to in retrospect. But it happens. Like it's my first buzzer round. Like better players than me, more experienced players than me in the buzzers have also like not done that great in buzzer round. So to be. All
right, I'm gonna head out. By the way, I have to go back to producing. Oh.
Mm-hmm. All right. See you later. Like so, yeah. So to be talked about in the same breath as like Dan Merle and Rachel Cushing, who have like great knowledge, but like not that weren't that aggressive or like fast at the buzzers when they started out. Is already a compliment. So it is a learning curve for everyone. It was just like a much faster learning curve for me, but like it's fine. Like, but worst case I gave even if I give like Mike a 5-point advantage, I thought like I had him in the 5-pointer. Like it was a very high chance that I would hit a 5-pointer that Mike would miss, but that it just unfortunately it just didn't get to that point because of how round 2 especially went. And at that point it was where we were just I'm still happy that I pushed him to a 3-pointer. It would have been nice to see what Mike does with a 5, because like I don't think he's hit a 5-pointer in any of his championship wins.
I love when you talk about other players and what they have and haven't done, especially what they have not done. There's just this look of delight on your face and in your eyes. I love it. We got just a couple more minutes with Chandru here. Teresa, do you have a final question for the man before we let him go?
Yeah, I wanted to ask. We know that the factions will be different next year. So, if you could, would you like to stay with the faction, or are you considering other options?
Oh yeah, no, of course. Winston and I are great friends, and I would love to like stick with Winston if possible. Especially after how this season went, I kind of feel responsible because like the first loss of the faction for this year was me, so I kind of felt like that loss sort of went into the dark, put us towards the darkest timeline. so I would love to redeem myself and like get more points for Winston next season, if that is possible.
Yeah, I can't wait to see what changes we have coming next season. No doubt, I'm really excited for it, and I'm definitely looking forward to what you bring in the future. You're definitely not done in IG. There's no way, man. I'm looking forward to it. Please do not cut that hair. I love it so much. I don't know what I like more, you or your hair, but your hair is you. So
even when I cut it, I'll definitely like just mail it to you. I am thinking of donating it.
And I definitely hope your post-match interview is a preview of you actually us seeing you again this season. So
yeah, you never know.
Hope so. Chandru Dandapani, everyone, thank you very much for your time. Very well played match. Sorry it didn't come out in your favor, but it was great and very entertaining. Thank you so much for your time.
Mm-hmm.